Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite film podcast, The Average Film Enjoyer. We are your hosts, Trey, Jagger, and Evan. We are glad to have Jagger back today. His first episode in a couple weeks that he's back, so it's very exciting. I will not be here for long. I had to put down my dog this morning, which really sucks. So I'm going to tell you guys what we got coming up, and I'm going to give you my quick thoughts on Knock at the Cabin and Devil, and then Evan and Jagger are going to do the episode for you guys today. But first, what we got coming up. And I'm going to put out a survey on today's episode for our next director. And so our next couple IMDb episodes, I'll give you guys those. Our next week, is that our Train Spotting and Fargo episode?
Yeah.
Fargo and Train Spotting. And then the week after that, we are doing Bridge Over the River Kwai and 3 Billboards in Ebbings, Missouri. So we got some great films coming up, ones that I'm quite excited to talk about. Few first-time watches for me. So that's what we got coming up. And our Friday episodes, we don't know yet, because it's going to be up to you guys to decide which director we work through their filmography next.
Doing a write-in option on this one.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. Before we get into anything, I'll give you my quick thoughts on today's movies, Knock at the Cabin and Devil. Knock at the Cabin was M. Night's 2023 release. He wrote, directed, and produced it, per usual. I think this is one of his stronger films, especially when it comes to the writing. I think this is his most well-written film. You get a lot of great performances here. Dave Bautista is great. Jonathan Groff is great. And I don't know, this movie's just very, very good. It's very heartfelt. Very good. And then Devil is one that he wrote and produced. I don't know why they chose him to write the one thing M. Night historically isn't the best at. But I mean, it works. The script is good. I enjoyed the film. It was first watch for me. It was very, very good. Evan and Jagger will give you guys more extended thoughts later on. But for now, I'm going to get out of here and let them get to it.
I'm so glad that I gaslit you guys into putting Devil on the list, because I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, but...
No, I picked it up from the library an hour ago, and then realized, oh shoot, I have to record in an hour.
Like it. I think you'll like it.
Is it better than Poughkeepsie Tapes?
It's much better than Poughkeepsie Tapes. Much, much better. Trey doesn't agree with that, but that's okay. Well, how's it going? You're working a film festival?
Yeah, I'm running concessions and stuff at a film festival. I'm on lunch break right now between 2 blocks, so...
Heck yeah.
I'm doing good, and it is starting to rain,
shit.
and I have nowhere else to go, so I'll do what I can.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a crazy long episode. Movie news. The trailer for Captain America came out. It looks visually horrific. The budget is $350 million, which is absurd.
That's the one with Harrison Ford playing the Red Hulk, right?
I don't know who he's playing. Thaddeus, whatever. I'm not like a Marvel dude, really, but it looks like shit. It's probably gonna be shit. I hope it's nail and coffin. Just like reboot the MCU. We'll see. Let me see. I've got some stuff here. We got a little teaser. There's a new Hell House movie coming out next year.
Yes.
Very excited about that. Me and Trey didn't talk about it, but there's a new VHS coming out this October, and Justin Long is working on one of the short films, and Kate Siegel, Mike Flanagan's wife, is also doing one. So very excited for that. That comes out around Halloween. That's sick. Yeah, we just recorded a couple days ago, so it's not like not a lot here. Let me just scroll through. Yeah,
I'm
pretty quiet.
since I'm working on my phone, my camera's gonna go off for a second while we do
Yeah,
watch lists. But
yeah, that's fine. Do you want to save your entire watch list for when Trey's back? We can
I mean,
we could just do like the last week and a half because I mean you're on what like 60 movies now.
yeah, I'm
You
over
could do
60 now.
okay.
I'm powering through this challenge. I'm going
Heck
for it.
yeah. All right. I only have 4 movies, so do what you want. Uh, we can just
Hey,
get
wait, when
straight
was the
into
last
it.
time you recorded? When was the last time you recorded?
Tuesday or
Which
Wednesday.
was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So last Wednesday?
No, like a couple days ago.
Oh, what day is it today? I'm blanking.
It's Friday. We did
Friday?
we
Okay.
did Warrior on Tuesday. Um,
Okay.
let's see.
Um, Friday.
Yeah, we record on the 10th. So, but like I mean, you can go back further than that if you want. I've
I'll go back to the 6th, because that way I get
okay,
to
cool.
talk about a movie I saw in theaters, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, kick it off.
Okay, so I'm gonna get down to 4 and just power through these.
Yeah.
Per the request of the guy in the Discord whose name I'm blanking on, I watched Wonka 4.5. He's been talking about it incessantly, as
Yeah,
I've heard is sort of what he
Mr.
does.
Ian, he's seen it like 50 times.
Yeah, so I watched
He's
Wonka
seen it
four
so
and a
many
half.
times they gave him a poster from the movie theater. Like the movie theater people gave him a poster. It's crazy. Dude's committed.
Um, then I watched Daddy's Home, which I gave a 2 star. Not a huge fan of that one. Kinds of Kindness on this. Man, oh man, what a movie that is! Wow. I believe you like this a lot as well.
I do.
Yeah.
Number 3 or 4 of the year, 5 stars.
I gave this a 5 as well. I believe that it's borderline perfect in its absurdism and its metaphors and its whatever allegories. It's cool. Great movie.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
What was your ranking for the stories?
I believe 3 was the best, then 1, then 2.
Gotcha. I
Um,
really love the first one. I thought Jesse Plemons was so entertaining.
yes.
The the scene when he's like after he gets booted by Willem and he's sitting on the floor and he's like, "Ow," trying to like get a girl to notice. It's so funny. Oh my god, he kills it.
Yeah, it's the hardest I've ever laughed in a theater, like genuinely ever. It
Yeah,
made me crack up the whole time. I think it was great.
I can't wait for it to
Um,
come out on physical so that I can watch the stories independently.
yes, I
'Cause
really want
it's
to like really analyze the second story. I feel like there's a lot that I missed there.
yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
definitely the more obscure one.
yeah. Then I watched Death Race 2000, which is a 1975 campy, I don't know, weird movie. I can't even really explain how absurd this movie is. It's about sort of like that rat race concept where it's a bunch of dudes in cars that drive around and they get more points dependent on how brutal their hit and runs are. It's
Yeah,
really strange, but highly recommend that one. Then I watched Envy, the 2004 movie with Jack Black and Ben Stiller. That movie sucked. I gave that a 1.5. Battle of the Sexes from 2017. I remembered seeing that in the Red Box machines when I was younger, and I finally came around to it. Really good tennis movie. Highly recommend. Gave that a 4 star. Then I started an Elephant Sitting Still,
yeah,
and it was really crushing my mood. So then I went on to the movie Q, which is short for Quetzalcoatl, about a giant winged serpent that takes over New York. Um, 82, really campy and funny. Terrible effects. great stuff. Really funny. I gave that a 4 stars. Then I finished An Elephant Sitting Still. Elephant Sitting Still broke me into pieces. But it was an excellent, excellent film. I gave it a 4 because a lot of it was a little too heavy for my liking. But I do understand if you give this a 5, I could entirely respect that.
Are you ever gonna watch it again?
Absolutely not. It will sit on
Yeah.
my shelf for the rest of eternity.
Yeah. You can ship it over to me.
Then I watched Uncle Boone Me, Who Can Recall His Past Lives, because I heard Osgood Perkins, the director of Longlegs, give it the what he calls a super comfort movie. This is not a comfort movie. This is a realistic look into what a few hours before death feels like. Um, I had seen this before, but I hadn't logged it, and I had forgotten quite a bit about like what it was about. So going back into it, it was like a gut punch, but I gave it a 4.5. I think it's excellent. Um, then I watched The Toxic Avenger. If you've seen The Toxic Avenger, you understand what The Toxic Avenger is. The fact that they're remaking this movie, I will not ever be able to grasp. Number one, this would never get released today. Oh my God, is it offensive?
Oh yeah.
And number two, how are you going to capture the lightning in a bottle that this man caught when he made this movie? Really funny
I
stuff.
need to
Four and a
watch it.
half. Oh, it's excellent, dude. And it pairs well with all the other trauma movies, which if I could give you one good recommendation, just watch all of them. All
Okay.
of them. The Waterboy, 4.5. Classic. Gran Torino, 1.5. Racist nonsense.
Dude, it's so funny. It is fucking hilarious. You'll have to listen to me and Trey talk about it. It is such a funny movie. If
Clint Eastwood sitting in the car with an Asian girl and calling her family jungle people is definitely a move
that's
by.
the character though, that's just like who he is.
Yeah, that's also who Clint Eastwood is.
He didn't that yeah, that's true. At least he didn't write it.
Then I watched Nosferatu because I keep seeing that trailer all over the place, and I had realized I had never seen the original Nosferatu. Oh man, 4.5, absolutely excellent.
Heck yeah.
I heard about the movie Yes God Yes, so I watched the short that it's based on, and it made me laugh really hard. So
Yeah, the
I
short's
decided I'm
really
gonna
good.
watch the full film. Cars 2.5. We don't have to talk about it. Fallen Angels 5. Norm Macdonald, Hitler's Dog, Gossip and Trickery 3.5. Norm Macdonald is the goat.
Rest-
Pearl 4.5. Norm Macdonald 3.5. Nothing special. Is the name of the short or the special. My bad. Really, really great stuff. Rest in peace, like you said. Then I watched Superstar. It's an SNL movie. Weird stuff. It's about a girl who wants to have like the perfect like fantasy romance kiss. So she starts making out with trees. I mean, she fantasizes about Will Ferrell. Yeah, what a movie that is. Then I watched X, 4.5. Love that film so much. Honestly, could be a 5, but didn't quite get there for me. Although it does have a lot of juice. I really, really love that film. The Comedy Central roast of Alec Baldwin, 2 stars. Cool, I guess. Then my last one before we get into the 4, Maxine. I gave it a 2.5. I
Yeah.
have not been that disappointed by a movie in a while.
What a mess of a movie, eh?
Yeah, it had no juice. Like,
It's
where did all of the Ty West power go?
yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is. All
Mia
right,
Goth
what is
did
your?
it so hard. Insane.
But yeah, man, my watch list is off the rocker this month.
Okay, first one. Let's see here. I watched Long Legs.
Yes, I have my ticket for Monday, so
Yeah,
by the next time you see me, I will have seen it.
I'm very excited to talk spoilers. I'm very excited to talk more about it. Trey called me at 3:30 this morning before I left for work, and he's like, "I stayed up so that I could talk to you about it." Um, it's phenomenal. It's a masterpiece. I think it is a perfect blend of every type of horror you could want. It's tense as shit. It scared me. Like horror movies don't particularly scare me that much. There's 2 scenes in this movie that made me jump and yeah, it's just fantastic. And Nicolas Cage, incredible. Nicolas Cage off his rocker, going crazy. Oh yeah, it was amazing. Loved it. It's my number one of the year. Sorry, TV Glow. Yep,
Really?
yep, it's that good. I loved it so fucking much. I'm seeing it again tomorrow. And I am going to see, before I see Longlegs, I'm seeing my favorite horror movie of all time before in theaters for the first time. Going to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the
In
big screen.
theaters?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I'm so excited. So at 5:15, going to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 9:30, seeing Longlegs again. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Um,
Seriously? Wow.
yeah, very very excited. I fucking love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, we'll do Longlegs. We'll probably a bonus episode or something for
Mhm.
Tuesday. So I won't say anything else because to say anything would ruin it. It's
Okay.
amazing. Go see it. Watch it in theaters, people.
Wow. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
it's fucking amazing. Uh,
Um,
Trey also gave it a 5.
really?
Yeah, Trey's review says holy fucking shit, and you should go on his letterbox profile at some point and look at his top 4 favorites because it's all long legs with different posters. Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Count me in. My next one's Liar Liar, the Jim Carrey movie. 4.5. I
Was
like
this your
Liar
first
Liar.
watch of it?
No, 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 no. I watched
Okay.
this movie for the first time when I was 8 years old. But
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Liar Liar's
revisiting it.
amazing.
Excellent film. All right, what's your next one?
Next, I got recommended this movie, this Swedish movie called Evil.
Really?
It's the way I described it to Trey is that it's pretty much Dead Poet Society if everyone is a mean Swedish person and uh, there's no Robin Williams character.
Huh.
I gave it a 4. I really liked it. It's good. It's pretty dark and gritty. Um, troubled kid gets into a boarding school.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really liked it. Gave it a 4. Solid.
Uh, I don't know how many more times I can talk about this movie before my head blows up. I watched Challengers again. Yeah. I showed it to my friend who hadn't seen it before. He liked it. I like it a lot.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Challengers, cool.
Nice. Yeah. After that, I watched I watched Devil. After that, we'll talk about that in a minute, or I'll
All right.
talk about that. I won't say much about it because I don't want to spoil it for you. We can do some spoiler discussions after because it's got the typical M Night plot twists in it.
Oh God.
I'll be curious because Trey said he didn't see the plot twist coming, so I'm curious
Really?
if you will. Yeah.
My next one is TV Glow. He was feeling the vibes. Also showed this to my friend. He liked it. Yeah, really, really like splendid film. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on digital. You have no excuse.
Yep.
It's getting a Blu-ray on the 30th. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
count me
shit.
all the way in.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I want to own that. Is the cover cool?
It's that same poster that they
Oh,
have for
okay.
everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah. Last night, I was saying, Trey, my girlfriend is going to see the Jonas Brothers in concert tomorrow night, and I am very jealous of her because that sounds like a blast. So I was like, well, we're watching Camp Rock. So we watched Camp Rock last night. It's fucking insane. It's such a weird movie. It's the perfect like 2000s cringe that you come to expect. The songs are kind of catchy. It's goofy, weird. We're gonna watch Camp Rock 2 tonight. Very excited for that. Camp Rock 2 is a banger. I found the extended cut of Camp Rock at a thrift store, so on Blu-ray too. So that's what we watched last night. First time watching the extended cut.
Camp Rock has a extended cut.
Yeah, we
All
couldn't really
right.
tell what is added on except for one extra song.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
That's probably it, honestly.
We yeah, Camp Rock 2 also has an extended cut, but it's $20 to buy it, and
Oh,
you can't rent it, so we'll see.
my last one is Just Go With It. Just a silly movie. I mean, that's all it is. It's
I
sort of
love that movie,
stupid,
dude.
but it's enjoyable. I gave it a 3.5.
Hell yeah. I took my grandma to see Just Go With It. The Chad grandma. We both thought it was funny. It's a weirdly long movie though. It's like 2 hours. It doesn't need to be that long.
Yeah, it's like Twilight. All of the movies in the Twilight series are about 20 minutes longer than they need to be, but Twilight does
Yeah.
it so correctly. So yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Why don't you kick off Knock at the Cabin? Because I didn't get a chance to rewatch it, but I saw it not that long ago. I haven't even seen your
Okay.
score for it yet.
So for me, Knock at the Cabin is a really, really huge letdown of a movie. This was my first M Night. I saw it in theaters at my local theater, and I was super excited to watch it. But I don't know, something about it didn't really bode well with me. I saw the ending coming from the very beginning, um, and I just think it's sort of a lackluster film in general. I think that the acting performances are really meh. Um, I think the idea of M Night Shyamalan saying my twist is going to be that there's no twist is such a stupid idea.
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, this feels like a movie that saw Funny Games and said, well, that's a little bit too mean. I think we should sort of dim it down to a PG-13 Funny Games and make it somewhat apocalyptic so that we can act like it's not plagiarism. And that's how this sat with me, and I did not like that idea.
Do you
And that's
know how the book ends? Because it does not end the same way the movie does. And
I
I
do
think
not
the
I do not.
okay. Do you want me to tell you? Because I'm curious if you think this is better.
Yeah. Just say it.
Okay,
I don't mind.
so in the in the book, Andrew and I can't remember the other guy's name. They're
Yeah.
struggling for a gun, and the gun goes off and shoots Wen in the face, and she dies. The kid dies. It's pretty depressing.
Yeah.
But Leonard says that since it was accidental, it might not count as a sacrifice. And so Andrew decides he's going to kill himself to stop the apocalypse. And then he doesn't. And they walk off, and it's an ambiguous ending of if the world really ends or not. And I think the ambiguity is way cooler. Way cooler.
I think that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's a far more powerful ending.
Yeah.
But you know I'm not.
I thought, dude, there's this fucking shot. Um, it's right. I can't remember. It's near the beginning, like when the four horsemen first come, and
Mhm.
it's this shot of the sun coming through this window of the door. I think it is.
Yeah.
It's a sick ass shot. This movie, I think, looks pretty good. Batista, he's such a good actor. Like, I'm so glad that he found his place and is getting roles outside of like Dwayne Johnson type roles because he's a good dramatic actor. He's really funny. He's
Yeah.
great in Glass Onion. I don't know if you agree, but
I don't think there's anything particularly great about Glass Onion, but you do you.
no, I meant about Batista.
Yeah. I don't think he was like a standout performance in that movie.
Mhm.
Um, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I can
he's
understand.
definitely the best of like The Rock, John Cena, and
Yeah.
Batista. Yeah, John
Yeah,
Cena's
by
good
far.
good actor too, and very John Cena is fucking hilarious. He's a really funny guy. Um, yeah, I went into Knock at the Cabin with pretty low expectations because I fucking hate old, as you know, and I also
Yeah.
hate Glass. So I was like, man, these last two M Nights have sucked. let's see what happens now. And I think my expectations being so low really benefited the movie. I have it at a 3.5. I think that if the ending was different, it could be like a stronger 4. I think it's written really well, like Trey was saying. Like it doesn't feel like an M Night movie to me. And maybe it's because it's that, the plot twist is there's no twist type thing. I
Yeah.
find that it doesn't have I don't know. I just don't feel like it has the dialogue issues that other M Night movies do. Um,
I'll tell you
yeah,
what I've learned from this director deep dive.
yeah.
M. Night's dialogue issues started at the beginning and never gave up.
You still
He's
gotta
just.
watch The Happening, dude.
I do still have to watch
Oh,
The
it's
Happening.
so funny. It's so good. Yeah, and it's crazy because I don't know if you've seen The Watchers, but let me tell you, the apple does not fall far from the tree because The Watchers
Oh
has the
God.
exact same dialogue issues that every M Night Shyamalan movie does.
The Watchers was the movie of all the movies that came out this year that I cared the least about.
It's good. It has a third act issue. First 2 acts are really cool premise. It's pretty creepy. Dialogues, performances are good though, and I all I had heard was that the ending was really bad, and it's like 15 minutes too long. Like they need to just cut the ending off. But so again, I went in with like really low expectations. I liked it. I think it's worth a watch. It's just like you got to know what you're getting into, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, there is a similarity in my mind that falls between this movie, Knock at the Cabin, and Maxine, where it's the idea that it looks good, but that doesn't make it a good movie.
Yeah,
And I
I
think
agree.
that that's really the issue with this movie is that it has no substance at all. But since it has a slight visual power to it, it believes that it's doing something right when realistically it is not doing much right at all. While the acting is good, I do think I agree with. Trey said the writing was good on this one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do not think that's true. I think that the writing is a huge problem in this movie. And even before I knew M. Night, I had realized that the writing on this was just bad.
hmm.
Um, so I will say that the acting, in my mind, did not save this writing at all. I think the writing was too bad. The acting didn't
Yeah.
help it much at all. Um, but I just think that as a whole, this is not great.
What do you
Um,
have it at?
I have it at a 3 when I watched it in theaters, but the
That
more I think
seems
about it,
higher than how you're talking about it. Yeah.
yeah, I haven't rewatched it, but the more I think about it, it just ages really poorly in my head. I feel like
Yeah.
this is probably closer to a 2.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
not a big fan of this one.
that's fair. I do want to go back to it. I remember the pacing being not the best.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
the trailers really spoiled a lot in this movie. The trailers showed all of the disasters happening on TV, and it's like, why are you showing this to me?
Make it really ominous in the trailer. Like these 4 guys show up at this house, say
Yeah,
someone needs to die, and then end the trailer there so that people want to see why people have to die.
yeah. It's the same with Long Legs. Like the trailers, they show a lot, but they don't show anything at the same time.
Yeah,
And the
wait.
way,
Here's the thing. Question about long legs, if I may
yeah,
digress for a second.
yeah, dude, I'm happy to talk about Long Legs.
In the trailer, they show Nicolas Cage a little bit, but Micah Monroe's heart rate spiked to 170 when she walked into the room with him.
Yep.
And is he a woman in this?
He is not a woman. Dude, Cash
I'm
asked me
really
the same fucking
confused.
question.
I'm so
Why
confused.
do you think he's a woman?
No. It's just the way that the makeup was
Yeah.
designed. It just looks. And again, I've only seen his face
Yeah.
in one
Have you
image
seen?
and maybe
Yeah.
a half second trailer moment,
Yeah.
but
I'll say that his uh, how he looks is extremely unsettling. It's just very unsettling. His voice, it's super high pitched, so it makes it even more unsettling. The scene that raised Micah's heart rate that high, warranted. It's a very intense scene, very intense scene. Um,
yeah, I
it,
heard his voice a little bit on that phone
yeah,
call thing that you were able to do.
yeah,
I didn't like that one bit.
yeah. Um, it's just such an eerie movie, and it the trailers really omit a large part of the movie that I don't want to talk about. Um,
Oh,
it's
like the
just like,
religious stuff.
yeah, I'm not gonna get into it like any of the satanic type stuff, but like
Oh, save
we'll
that
we'll
for when I watch it.
yeah,
Got
because it really took me by surprise. I think it is a
it.
like it's just a perfect blend of horror. It hits all the right notes. The violent, it's not super, I mean, it's not like crazy gory. I was comparing the first half of it to Seven a lot in my head. Yeah, I just like I have not stopped thinking about it. When I woke up the morning after I saw it, I was looking in the corners of every room in my house just to be sure I didn't see Nicolas Cage, because he's so unsettling, dude. It's that fucking chin, bro. That chin. It's so creepy. Um,
Um, yeah, one other question.
yeah,
On a, on a complete side note. Um, I went to Talk to Me in theaters twice.
yeah.
But the first time I went with my dad and my sister. And by the time the movie was over, my sister was actually in tears from how scared she was. Dead serious.
For
In
Talk to Me.
tears. From Talk to Me. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, she's taking someone to go see this movie on a date. I told her it's a really bad idea. If she was in tears from how disturbed she was by Talk to Me and has not watched this,
Oh, cut out a bit. Oh, you there? I'll just. I don't know what to do. Oh, there we go. You're
um,
back.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah,
Okay. What were you saying?
uh,
If she was in tears from Talk to Me.
um, if she was in tears from Talk to Me, what's her reaction to this gonna be like?
Okay,
My real,
I'll leave you with this. Um, like I said, I watch a lot of horror movies. Most of them don't scare me,
yeah.
and there is a particular scene in this movie where I saw this with my girlfriend, and when we got to the movie, she was like, "Are you okay? You were holding my hand really hard," and I was like, "Yeah, I
Oh,
was." Yeah. Trey knows what scene I'm talking about. We were talking about it. It's it doesn't linger on the violence at all. And so that's like is it's eh, yeah, it doesn't linger on the gore or anything. So like that way, it's probably fine. But it is a very dark, very dark movie. Um, yeah, dude, I might have to go see it today again.
oh, I'm so excited, but I can't go until after I work the festival.
Yeah,
I would have
that
been there tonight
sucks.
at like an 11 o'clock showing yesterday night, but had to
My
had to wait.
my crowd was shockingly good for it too. It was sold out
Really,
with teenagers too. Not a
really.
ounce of noise except for this movie's weirdly funny. Like it's actually quite comical, it seems. So
Yeah, I
when
heard
laughs
that.
happened, they hit, and the rest the crowd was silent, thankfully. Um,
I
yeah.
really don't want to happen what happened during Kinds of Kindness. Again, I went to see that movie. The crowd consisted of um, me, my dad, an old couple, and a group of three teenagers who sat on Letterboxd the entire movie
Oh God.
with their phones out on full brightness, might I add. Um, so they were obnoxious. And the old couple walked out during one scene where Emma Stone did something with her thumb.
Oh yeah.
They did not take kindly to that scene at all. Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I hope it's a better crowd than that. It's been sold out at my theater, which is never sold out. It's been sold out for the last two nights. So I'm really hopeful that I'll get a good crowd with this one. Because I heard that this is a very, very heavy movie that you're
Yep.
gonna want to be there with other people for. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's
yeah,
yeah.
based on the trailer, it's very shocking to me that there's any comedy at all.
I know, right? Dude, Micah Monroe is so weird and like just awkward as a person that her interactions are pretty funny at times. Yeah, we've somehow turned Knock at the Cabin into a long legs discussion, which I'm very happy about because I don't have a lot to say about Knock at the Cabin, and we got to pad this runtime a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Jagger has not seen Devil, and I can't say a lot about it just because of spoilers. Because I do think you will like it. And oh, I don't know if you've been listening to the episodes, but I watched a Francis Ford Coppola movie that I really want you to
Called
watch.
like Twixt or something, huh?
Twixt, yes.
Yeah, I
Twixt.
have been listening.
Twixt is I genuinely can't tell if you'll like it or not, but I'm so curious to see your opinion on it because it is such a weird movie. Like, it's so crazy to me that the director's cut is shorter. It's
What?
so yeah. The original movie is 88 minutes long. It's not a long movie, and the director's cut is like 75 minutes long.
So did Ford Coppola not like it?
I don't know, dude. It's such an odd movie. I want you to watch it and tell me.
Where's it streaming?
It's I rented the director's cut on iTunes. I
Okay.
don't know. I think the original cut is on something.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do. I'll try and
Yeah.
watch that. However,
Um,
I have a movie that I'm gonna watch tonight because I've been planning out my watches, and
yeah.
in between these blocks, I'm gonna be watching movies on my phone. But have you seen a movie called The Hidden?
Yes, I fucking have.
That's tonight's watch for me.
Dude. Gotta get Trey to watch. The Hidden is like if Grand Theft Auto was a movie. It's nuts.
And it has Kyle MacLachlan in it, right?
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan's the main guy. It's fucking awesome. Um, I'll read the description because I don't think I ever talked about this on the pod. When an
The Hidden?
average law-abiding citizen suddenly turned to a life of hedonistic behavior and violent crime, Detective Tom Beck is tasked with helping young FBI agent Lloyd Gallagher to determine the cause in this tense sci-fi thriller. The Hidden is fucking awesome. It is such an awesome movie. It's so much fun.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy to hear it.
Yeah, no, it's a blast. Yeah. I have it at a 4. All my mutuals have it around a 4. It's great. Yeah.
Am I
That's
going to
awesome.
like it though?
You'll probably like it. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay.
Oh, because Letterbox broke. I didn't talk about one of my. Oh, I gotta go log that. I watched Lost Highway
Ooh, what'd you
again.
think? Because I have not seen Lost Highway.
Oh, okay. Um,
I'm sorry.
yeah. The first time I watched Lost Highway, I gave it a 2.5, and the second time I watched
Really?
Lost Highway, I gave it a 5.
Really?
Lost Highway, Lost Highway is split in half, and it's two different stories. And the second story, I had a very hard time connecting to the first story, and it just like killed my enjoyment of the movie. And then when I watched it again and again, the puzzle pieces fell into place, and it is just one of Lynch's coolest movies. The first 45 minutes is like a sheer horror movie, and it is perfectly paced. It's creepy, it's weird. It's like all the Twin Peaks horror. It's really cool. And then the second half is
Really?
this like gritty crime. Oh, it's cool. The score is insane. Yeah, Lost Highway is amazing. So I watched it with my buddy Ben yesterday. Again, it's so good. Yeah, I fucking love Lost Highway. It's my number 3 David Lynch movie behind Fire Walk with Me and Mulholland Drive.
Trey said I would love Lost Highway, so I've been meaning to get around to it for a
Yeah,
while.
it's really cool.
So
I was
yeah.
telling Trey because I watched Almost Famous for the first time,
Yes.
and he said to me, "Jagger told me this is gonna be like my favorite movie ever." And I looked at him, I said, "This will probably be one of your favorite movies ever." Yeah, the
Oh my
music,
God.
everything about it is like straight up his alley.
It is very much a Trey movie.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah.
it. I loved it a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Great movie, dude.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna do a little spiel about Devil. We're gonna get
All
out of
right.
here, and Tuesday will be a sick episode. Devil is I watched it when it first came out. This is like my third or fourth time seeing it. The plot, for those who don't know, is about these five people that get into an elevator. Um, and the elevator breaks down, and things go awry, and there's potential that one of the people in the elevator is the devil. It it's really silly, and the dialogue is super cheesy, but it's like intentionally cheesy. Like all these people are kind of self-centered assholes. It's it's got some really cool gore. I think the pacing's good. It's 80 minutes long, so it's like 75 minutes with credits. Like it goes by very quick. Performances are good. It's a really fun movie. I love the ending. It's got some pretty emotional moments in it actually towards the end. The the cop Chris Messina, he puts on a good performance, and his storyline, yeah, tugs on the heartstrings a bit, which I didn't really expect. And I think it fits. I'm really glad, like I said, that we got to talk about it for this deep dive, because even though he didn't direct it, it feels like a M Night horror movie. Um, like the tensions there, the the power starts flickering a lot, so the lights are coming on and off in the elevator, and like they keep playing elevator music accidentally, so the everyone's getting super tense and like fed up. I think it builds tension really well, but it's also like super silly and really funny. Yeah, it's a cool movie. I have it at a 4. It's like it's a low 4. I think the actually no. It's like a middle pack 4. They get into the elevator like 10 minutes into the movie. It wastes no time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it's really solid. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
have to check that one
I'm
out for
curious to see
sure.
what you think. The guy who directed it is like so up and down on his movies, because As Above So Below is sick. It's national treasure as a horror movie.
Okay.
It's really cool. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've heard great things though.
Yeah, it's like these tourists go into the Paris catacombs and then go on a treasure hunt, but there's ghosts down there. It's really really entertaining. So I have that at a
Um,
4, and then he did Poughkeepsie Tapes, which both of us despise.
the Poughkeepsie Tapes,
Yeah,
my lowest movie I've ever seen.
yeah,
So
it's awful. And then he did Devil, which I really like, and then he did Quarantine, which is awful.
okay, so
Because
he's really all
yeah,
over the place.
and Quarantine is bad because it's a remake of Wreck, which is already like such a classic horror movie that did not need a remake. And also, the poster for Quarantine is the very last shot of the movie.
Are you
It's
kidding me?
crazy. It's crazy. And they put it in the trailer too. It's the last scene in Wreck, and it's super scary. Um, yeah, bad movie. And then he also did this movie with Owen Wilson called No Escape, which is fine.
Oh God, I
Yeah,
hate those.
you know that.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Oh
So that's what I'm
God.
saying. Like this guy is so back and forth. Um, yeah, I think you'll have fun with it. It's like it's a pretty entertaining movie. There's a couple scenes that I want to talk about, but I'll wait and we can chat about it next time once you watch it.
Yeah,
There's a
dude.
there's a mattress salesman who is hysterical. Yeah, it's a good time. I like it. Yeah, we'll
Next
keep it at that.
Tuesday's podcast, all you have to tune in for that one. Long Legs and Devil are in
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, next Tuesday should be fun. I'm excited to rewatch Train Spotting. I haven't seen it since I was like 13 years old. It's been a long time.
I grabbed Transpotting from the library as well. I didn't even know that was next week's episode. I just grabbed that one because I've been dying to see it.
Oh, nice.
So I'm
Yeah.
yeah, very excited.
So we got that and Fargo. I like Fargo. I think it's kind of overrated.
Fair enough. I have not
And
seen that.
then,
You know, that will be my first Coen Brothers movie.
are you serious?
I've managed to avoid the Coen Brothers for this long.
Using the word avoid is so weird. Cohen,
I
wait, you haven't seen No Country for Old Men?
no, I've not.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
You
wait,
haven't
have
seen
I?
maybe one of the best
Hold on.
scenes ever put to screen.
Wait, have I seen No Country? I don't think I have. I think I would remember if I have.
It does not look like you have it logged,
Yeah.
but it
Wow.
has maybe the best villain of all time in it.
Anton Sugar.
Yes, sir. It's peak. We'll have to talk about that at some point. Maybe we'll put the Coen brothers on the list.
Yes.
Um,
Just to pad the runtime a little bit more, I want to bring up another movie that I watched
yeah.
like a week and a half back because we have to get Trey on this movie as fast as humanly possible.
Hell yeah.
How can we convince Trey to watch Ganjam Haunted Asylum?
Dude, he'll watch it. Actually, I guess it's
Because, dude, that movie is so peak.
yeah, it's really scary. It's one of the other horror movies that like I watched it last October, I think. And yeah, that movie is really scary. I think the first like half hour, like the drive up to the asylum goes on a little too
It's,
long. I love the technology for filming is so cool and feels so authentic. Like
it felt like a YouTube video for a good chunk of
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's really cool. I yeah, I think Trey will love it. It's peak. He loves bad horror, good horror, so
Because
he'll
I'm
love
trying,
it.
I have to get
It's-
you on Doom Generation and I have to get him on Ganjam. That's my mission
I need to be in
by
a
the end of this.
mood for Greg Araki, dude.
Yeah.
Because I was not in the mood to watch Nowhere when I watched it. It's lucky that it got 4 stars because almost gave it 1 star.
Really?
I
Yeah,
was just
it's a
yeah.
very specific type of deal. But dude, when you're in that mood, I need to hear what you have to say about that movie.
Maybe I'll throw it on. I'm really I'm in a video game rut, so I've been watching a lot more movies, and I think it might be maybe I'll go
It's a
through
lot
this.
it's a lot less specific than Nowhere is. A lot less.
Hmm.
Because Nowhere sort of has a sci-fi element to it.
Yeah,
Doom Generation is just how weird can we make this for 80 minutes? And then for 5 minutes, let's just throw the most disturbed ending ever.
oh yeah, love that. It's
So
only
that's
damn,
what
it's
that one is.
83 minutes. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it today.
Yeah, it's
Some of
short.
my mutuals
It's
really
really
like
short.
it. Yeah, I want to check that out. Oh, also, we talked about this a little bit. I watched The Bike Riders, and
Yeah.
I just thought it was a fun vibes movie. You know, everyone was telling me like nothing happens really, and it like the plot goes nowhere. So I was just going in expecting that, and it's like
It was so poorly paced. That was my real issue. And I also went into it because that trailer made it look like, oh, this is going to be a movie that's showing up at the Oscars.
Yeah.
And then
it,
when I went into it expecting that,
it screened pretty well at the festivals too.
yeah, that's the other thing. And also, everybody was like, this movie almost got canceled, and then this company picked it back up, so now we're in for the greatest film of all time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk.
Yeah. One other movie that I want to shout out. I don't know if you heard me talk about it, but Red Rooms. You have to
Yes,
watch.
you did tell me I have to
Dude,
watch that one.
it's fucking insane. It's so dark and it's like long. It'll be a good watch to watch right before Long Legs. It's the same level of fucked up.
It is? Okay, well then
yeah.
I'll double feature them.
Yeah, they'd be a good double feature. Red Rooms is sick. I wanted to get a theatrical release.
I watched Elephant. Elephant was good. I'm just looking back at my thing. Yeah, I want to quickly bring up another thing because you seemed a little bit confused about it. Can I quickly bring up 10 Skies?
Yes.
Just for a second. You seemed incredibly confused.
Yeah, how is this a real movie? And who is it
10
for?
Skies? Who's
Just
it
as
for?
a preface, this movie is 90 minutes, 100 minutes actually, of skies, of actual sky, of just the sky.
Just footage of the sky. Footage of the sky.
This confuses me more than the airplane movie you watched.
More than Blue Airlines, the 101 thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because Blue Airlines is long, but it is sheer absurdity.
Yeah.
So at least it has that going for it. However, 10 Skies is quite literally 10 Skies. Now, it seems to me as though your only mutuals that you have that have seen it are me and Owen.
Yeah.
And Owen has it rated what? Like a 4.5, I assume?
I think he has the same as you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how to approach it because it is a really weird watch. It's weird sitting for 100 minutes looking at the sky. But you know how the zone of interest goes for an idea that's very meditative, where it's almost like not much happens in the actual plot of it. You just know what's going on.
Yeah.
It takes that same approach, but minus the Nazi stuff. We'll give you no plot at all. And we'll give you a single shot of the sky for like 25-minute long periods. Not some of them are longer than others, some of them are shorter. But they just give you a soundscape. And they bring you to this place that's so serene in a mindset. And that's it. Like it really is just a completely transportive, yes. A really transportive piece. Because it does nothing at all, but it does so much. Because the audio and the video quality are sort of low. So it takes an idea of this thing that you've seen so many times in your life.
Yeah.
And it twists it so that you know you're watching a slightly older piece of film. And it just does something to your head where it's almost like your brain recognizes that you're looking at the sky, but it also doesn't. There's a lot going on with it, and it's weird. It's sort of surreal, but it's also incredibly calming and meditative.
I might have to watch this. I might have to check it out.
Yeah, but double featuring that with like Blue Airlines or Satin Tango, you're in for a run.
That's okay. I'm kind of shocked that we padded this to an hour. Oh my god, fucking open letterbox. Tyler from Real Talk, he logged old again.
What do you give it?
4. Fucking fraud. Like I don't get it.
I
hate it so
I don't
much.
think it's a 4 though. I don't think it's a 4. I think it's a good 3.5.
So bad.
It's not bad. It's M Night's better work.
Me and Trey both agreed. Outside of Airbender and After Earth, it's his worst movie.
Dude, you just mentioned two of his best movies.
Come on.
Airbender, pretty peak. 3.5, not too peak, but pretty peak. And Old, also pretty peak. The
I thought
Village
you
is his
shut off
best.
After Earth because you.
I did
couldn't
shut
get
off
through
After
it.
Earth. I did. After Earth got no mention in me bringing up what is the peak side of M. Night's work. After Earth is unwatchable schlock. Old is pretty good.
Heck yeah.
But I would rather watch After Earth than Poughkeepsie Tapes again, so at least there's that.
Cool. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Nice quick episode for the boys. We'll pop in really quick to end it off, and yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday for Train Spotting and Fargo, and we're gonna talk in Minnesota Canadian accents. That's gonna be really fun. Gonna get the boys to mimic me, to mock me. I'm excited, and we're gonna talk about long legs, and it's gonna be phenomenal. So we'll see you then. Thank you for listening.